I wasn't going to share this story with you, but in light of the news about Millie, is it Toomey or Toomey? Millie Toomey, I decided that I would share this family story with you. I spent some time with Janice Viscardi this morning, and she was telling me the story about Millie Toomey, and I don't watch the news, so I don't really hear that's going on. And it just broke my heart about this little girl who took her own life because she wasn't happy about her appearance. Now, I had a situation here yesterday morning that I never thought that I'd have to deal with in my own home. My Charlie is very resilient, and she's as tough as old boots, really. She's not a crier like her mother. She's a good bit tougher than me now. She has her daddy's genes when it comes to that. Jamie would be more like me when it comes to emotional stuff. The two of them are going to kill me for this. I'm not joking you. They will kill me for these videos when they're older. But I think it's a really important story to share. So Charlie has both of my kids have a lot of resilience, and they have a lot of tools to be navigating their way through life. All I can do is put down the tools, but they have to choose to pick them up. So yesterday morning, Charlie was complaining of pains in her stomach. And I knew she kind of did have pains in her stomach. I knew by her she had pains in her stomach. But I kind of just wasn't really buying it all. And I said, this better not be an excuse now for not going to school, Char, because you're definitely going to school, babe. And she was like, no, ma'am, it's not, but I am. But she kept, she was, it was hurting her. So I said, well, maybe use the bathroom and you might be okay. So this went on for a good while. We're always up really early in this house. So she was here for, a good hour after this complaint about the pain. And I gave her a bit of Nurofen and rubbed the belly and a few hugs and kisses and trying to make it all better before she went to school. And about 5 minutes before we were due to leave, she came into the kitchen to me and said, Ma'am, maybe there's another reason why I don't want to go to school. And I said, right, here we go. This is it. Now, I was going to say to her, if you have anything on your mind or, but generally my kids would be very forthcoming with information. So I didn't even feel like I needed to say that. So she came into the kitchen and said, maybe there's another reason why I don't want to go to school, Mummy. And I said, okay, let's sit down and have a little chat about it. And when we sat down, she literally burst into tears and a whole lot came out. There's somebody in Charlie's life who she sees regularly that's given her a hard time about a particular part of her appearance. And it's getting in on her. And I was unaware of this. So I said, okay. And the tears kept coming and I kept holding her and petting her. And I'd already made the decision that she needed a day away from school. She just needed her mammy and snuggles and to feel safe and loved and all them things. As I call them, mental health days and a self-care day. So she's given me more details about the scenario and what's been said and how long it's gone on and all this kind of crack. So when she got over the initial emotion, I said to her, so Char, let's talk about this practically now. What do I always say about other people's opinions? Whose opinion matters the most? And she said, my opinion matters the most, ma'am. I said, right, okay, that's as long as you know that, that's fine. So then I was talking to her about thorns. And I said, if you imagine all of your issues are, I think I did a video on this before, all of your issues are out on your arm and there's a thorn for each issue about yourself that you have. And they're on display for the world to see. But you're like, don't talk about them. They're mine. I can talk about them. You cannot talk about them. I said, this person is pressing one of those thorns. And pressing it and it's hurting you. And it would be much better for you if you took control of the thorn, took it out, had a little chat about it. And, it's not a taboo subject anymore. And it's not something that you're going to be slagged over or whatever, or put down or reminded of. And she said, yeah, okay, yeah, I can see how that would be helpful. So, again, I went back to the whole importance of the opinion and whose opinion is more important. And she said, my opinion is more important than this person's. And I said, right, okay. And this I wasn't prepared for. I did not have a tool for this. So I have to go on a steep learning curve now. She said, but even though my opinion is more important than theirs and what I believe about myself is more important than what they believe, I believe the same thing that they do. And that was like a punch to the stomach. And I said, okay, chicken, that's no problem. And we hugged and kissed and snuggled and all them things. And I ran her a bath and with bubbles and a bath bomb and candles and music and just, we took a real down day. And then I came back to it then later on and had a little think about it, and we were talking about acceptance. There's certain things about my body that I don't like that I just have to accept them. But I'm 41 and, I didn't have these issues that the kids have these days at 10. Charlie is 10 years old. I just think it's far harder to be a 10-year-old now than it was in the 80s. I thought it was hard back then, but in retrospect, I think it's much harder for the kids these days. So the purpose of me doing this live stream is to share that with you. First of all, I knew that Charlie was in emotional pain. I knew it was emotional pain. And I've helped other kids that come to me with physical symptoms that are actually just emotional symptoms. And that's fine. But the intention behind this is I wanted to ask the question, okay? And I want us all to be very respectful around this because it's a very, very sensitive subject at the moment, given that a child passed last year because of this, about self-image. But I wanted to pose the question, is it appropriate for young girls to be doing, self-maintenance at this age, like waxing and shaping eyebrows and darkening eyebrows and nails and tan, I know, is off the chart for a child, but we may as well throw all that into the mixer and any other thing that you can think of, because I know they're going to be doing these things when they're older, but when is the right time to start doing this with them? If you start doing it now, is it encouraging them to try and be something that they're not? Now I'm asking myself questions like, am I trying to be something that am I not, about dyeing my hair or waxing or whatever it may be, or nails or whatever. But, is it a world gone mad if we start doing that with our kids now? Or will this ease Charlie's pain, about how she feels about herself? Will this be, she's never going to get her self-worth from something from the outside in. Self-worth comes from the inside out, but where, it's a fine line, it's a fine line. Jessica Bat says, you're so cheesy. Thanks for that. Michelle Marsden, good day. So listen, I wanted to pose the question and just ask. That's madness there now. You see that now, that comment coming from somebody behind a screen on a keyboard or through a phone. I don't know that person, and that person doesn't know me. And it's really, really easy. This is a prime example of what children have to go through on a daily basis if they don't have their social media set to private settings. That people just think that they can come online and make personal comments about other people, and that's okay to them, It's not okay to come online and make personal comments and take chips away at people. It's not cool, Orla Campbell, Nicola, is she going to go and try and do it anyway? On principle, I'd be against it at this age, but if it eases her pain. Charlie isn't going to do anything about it for right now, because we've had our little chats about it, and she seems okay for the moment. So we're easing, we're learning. I'm on a learning curve here. Hi, Hannah, only joining in. Hi, Amanda. Deborah Gabby Baker, tricky stuff. My daughter started self-maintaining at 13, 14. Yeah, I think that's a fair enough age. Jeanette Dorn, fair play, love. Thank you. Michelle Marsden, they're just bullies. Now, I put up something yesterday about bullies as well. There was two girls who were doing UFC fighting, and the caption on it was "Beat the Bully Week," and the caption that the text that I put up above that was, I'm not into the Beat the Bully Week, because bullies themselves are very wounded people, and the most dangerous people are the most wounded. and they just haven't done work on themselves, and they're exerting their power to try and make themselves feel good by standing on somebody else's face and making them feel small and them feel big. But, you know, they need care. Bullies need care as well. Amanda Laney, I'll watch it back to get the story. Yeah, sorry, Amanda, that'd be great. So listen, I leave it which is there. But I think that it's a conversation that needs to be opened and discussed. And I'd be grateful for you guys if we could have it here, because I need to learn more and research more about what's going on for Charlie at the moment. Amanda Delaney says, I'm with you on that one. I was a bully because I was hurting as a teen. Oh, Amanda, I'd love to talk to you about that. We should do a live stream about that, Amanda. Suzanne Kelleher, yes, watched it last night. This also happens in our age. Listen, you have no idea. The stuff that gets said about me online and the messages that I get sent to me about me personally is hilarious. It's just hilarious. It's lucky you have thick skin. Jeanette Doran, if we don't look after our kids, no one else will. You keep doing what you're doing, 100%. Orla Campbell, you're doing a great job. Thanks ever so much. Definitely, says Amanda Delaney. So listen, keep the conversation going, lads. And I'd love to hear from you. And I'd love for you to help me to help Charlie. Thanks. Slán. Have a great day.